Okay, module 38 is on nuclear power. Nuclear power involves using nuclear fuel in a nuclear reactor to use fission to then generate electricity. And so making sure that you understand what radioactivity is, what fission is, that's really important. Here's a quick image that kind of shows you what nuclear fission is. And then here's a nuclear power plant. Again, just like the coal power plant, you should understand how a nuclear power plant works. Nuclear power, again, knowing the advantages and the disadvantages, that's really important. But then also realizing one of the major disadvantages is trying to, well, not only the safety factors behind the power plant, but then also disposing of the waste. The waste is highly radioactive. And as I mentioned in class, it takes billions of years for millions and billions of years for nuclear material to actually break down and disintegrate. Okay, this page is really important. It not only talks about radioactive decay, it talks about the radioactive waste and also measuring half-lives and how half-lives work. That's something that you should be able to do. You should be able to calculate a half-life. So if you don't remember that from chemistry, that would be something really good to go back and do. Also talking about the long-term storage of that waste. There are lots of processes in place for disposing of nuclear waste. And so that's really important. Here they mentioned 3 Mile Island, Chernobyl, Fukushima. In the book, we watched that video about 3 Mile Island and Chernobyl. So I think it's always a good idea to just have more information in your toolbox. It'd be good to read through about Fukushima here. That would be good to know. And then this is a great chart. You should know this chart. Do you need to memorize all the numbers on here? Absolutely not. But this is a good chart because it talks about the type of energy, the advantages, the disadvantages, what kind of pollution is generated from these, and the greenhouse gas emissions, the amount of electricity that we get from each of those sources, and then the energy return on investment. Again, the return on investment is a really popular term in business, but it's also very popular when we're talking about environmental issues. Okay, and that's it for Module 38, Nuclear Power. Next time I will be talking to you all about biomass, solar, and hydroelectric.